Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a high level best of 5 between hero here in the top right spawning as our blue Protoss player, and in the top left of Stargazers as the red Zerg we have a Dark over here. Beautiful stuff, as hero opted to go for a cheeky quick probe scout and managed to block his opponent's hatch first on the natural, and the hatch first instead is going to be placed over here on that third base. Now what else is hero doing? Oh my god, what is this wall? Oh, hero is one of these guys who's just fantastic at almost everything. But then sometimes you see his walls. And I understand why this first pylon is over here, but I don't like it still. I can understand something and dislike it at the same time. I'm completely allowed to do that. And that's going to be the case over here. I think you're going to need probably another pylon here. I'm not sure if... I don't think one more cybernetics core is actually a full-on wall. Even if it is this... I hate having pylons exposed. Does not feel right. Maybe you can actually wall it up with one more building. Don't think he can though, can he? He's looking at it. He's looking at it. Yeah, okay, this is not a... Oh my god, come on. This is... this is the type of setup. If you're getting 12 food, I think you're actually just dead. A second pylon in here, this pylon exposed. Your Zealot will pop out either on the inside and then it needs to defend from here, or on the outside and it will just die. So I think you just lose the pylon, which is not good. Yeah, it would not be a nice situation, is all I'm gonna be saying for now. So we have Dark chasing this probe around with his droner, opting for, as always, the very quick gas here. Pulls out of gas with 3, sends them over towards his natural base, which is of course on that third base location. Overlord just hopping about, making sure that everything here is normal, everything is standard. And indeed it is. We have a Stargate coming out of hero. It is Stargazers after all. The perfect map for the Stargate. It is a large map. It's a difficult map to attack on. And that counts for Protoss as well as for Zerg. So seeing Glaive builds is a little bit less common. Seeing Stargate builds a little bit more common. We've seen double Stargates, triple Stargates, single Stargates. And yeah, that's really all the viable Stargate builds there is. Wish I could go on forever, but sadly I can't. Because even the triple Stargate openers are so uncommon these days. We have seen them a little bit in the past with like the massive Phoenix production, but it's more of a meme than anything at this point. Not a huge fan of it. Not a huge fan of it at all. You're so stuck. You're so kind of pigeonholed into that one unit, into the Phoenix, that the moment you lose your ground force at any point before taking your third base, or even while trying to take your fourth, you're never going to get it because you just don't have the ground force to deal with Link. So we keep forced into building more oracles, the warping in a lot of adepts, which is not what you want if you're triple Phoenix producing. Now, a couple of drones already went down here. This one adept has been way more useful than most people's adepts, even if they come with 2s or with 3s have been. Hero is extremely good at this. His early game adept movements, his early game oracle movement is, I think, the best in the world, honestly. Oh my god. As I said, he cancels that. He's wild. That's the thing. He's just a little bit more crazy than the other Protoss players. Dark was not ready for this, though. Or maybe he was. Not ready for this oracle, though. Yeah, 1, 2... Yeah, 2 more drones go down. And one of them actually stays alive. Look at the trade here so far. 325 against 125. 325 minerals, so much. 4 drones this early on in the game is actually really going to mess with Dark's eco a little bit here. We see a skip on that second spore. That makes some sense. If you have a bad early game, skipping a spore is something that can get you back into the game, because you're saving a lot of money on that spore. You have a drone that is mining a lot longer as well, and then the moment you get fully saturated, you just add these spores, or you just add them a little bit later right now. This is I think, a good way to go about it if you're Dark in general, but especially if you're behind Phoenix after the first 2 oracles. This is uncommon, I want to say. I haven't seen this a whole lot. That doesn't mean that it's bad. Wait, what is it? Oh my god. He finished it. This is not a good wall. The most important building exposed. This is like going into a fist fight, pulling down your pants and trying to hit him with your balls. It's like it's not quite sure how safe it is. This is the pylon completely in front. The structure you want to protect the most. It's completely exposed. It is not what I would recommend, but hero went for it. I was gonna say something interesting about the Phoenix. So what the Phoenix does is, it basically is a Void Ray that doesn't aid in the defense, but actually aids a little bit more in offense in some ways, and we'll get to that soon. So the Void Ray is very good against things like Link Floods. It helps against like roaches later on as well, or against something like an Overlord drop. It could be used like a Queen Overlord drop, I mean, with that. So there's a lot of purpose, really, for the Void Ray. And it can also deny scouting. Now the Phoenix can also deny scouting, but at the same time, it also kind of keeps your options open. And it allows you to lift queens on the other side of the map. So if you have 2 oracles, 1 phoenix, you can lift 1 queen. And if there's a queen and a spore, you can kill like 4 or 5 drones without taking any major damage on your oracles. Also, you already have a phoenix in case mutas are being built, which is a nice thing to have. Phoenix is capable of quick scouting as well, because it's a very fast unit, which is why I often like it. And on top of that, you can pretend like you're playing 2 Stargate Phoenix, which is a huge thing if a Zerg actually believes that you're playing 2 Stargate Phoenix. Uh-oh, you got found out here, Dark, and that's definitely going to hurt. Dark believed that after taking out that 1 Oracle, he had an opportunity to go in here. He's just letting all of these links die for free right now. These bad boys are trying to come in. We'll manage to actually get into the main base, but I think this is a trap. I think getting these workers into the main, or these links into the main base, is not actually that good. They're gonna kill, what, 4 or 5 workers, but you're going to end up losing 12, maybe 14 links? What was it? I don't even know how many links. It was a lot of links though, yeah. Exactly what happened. This is something that hero does very often, and initially I thought it was because he didn't wall properly, and he's a bit of a clown when it comes to holding position, but at certain points in the game, I almost believe he's baiting the Zerg to go in on purpose with a lot of links, so that the Zerg loses links and is forced to rebuild them. Look at the economy currently. 62 workers for hero, 53 for Dark. Now, that is a very nice amount of workers that we have here for hero, and not such a nice amount of workers that we have for Dark. Would love to see this fort base being taken on the inside, but that doesn't seem to be happening quite yet. The reason for that is because I feel like if you're playing 4 gas, which is definitely what hero is doing here, in my mind it is really important to get that fort base going a little bit faster. You're just going to be floating some money if you're not spending it on that, and if you don't have 10 gates. We're right now on 8 gateways. We're getting more gases. It's an odd playstyle here that hero is going for. I'm not entirely familiar with this. Very low gas, but also not very high eco. Maybe he just believes that after his insane early game, he should be capable of walking across the map and killing his opponent. But this feels a lot more all-in-ish than I would have liked. I think this type of push would have been fine if there's a fort base over here or over here, just behind it, and you're going up to 75, 76 workers. You definitely can clear creep with the next incoming push, right? I can guarantee to an absolute certainty that hero will be capable of clearing creep if he wants to. I can't guarantee that he's going to get a straight up win. He might be able to deal some damage, but if you lose your entire army and your opponent has a similar worker count, then you could actually be in trouble. And with +2 on the way as well here for Dark, this could actually be kind of dangerous here. Stasis Ward does not connect. That's a lot of links here. Not enough Zealots, no Archons whatsoever. Disruptor Shot connects with nothing. Absolutely nothing as Dark. He's holding over here. What's happening in the main base? Meanwhile, 6 drones go down. Macro Hatch being taken out. 8 more Zealots being warped. And we still have 4 Banes alive. Not so sure if these are going to be in time. These Zealots do have +1. And without the Carapace upgrade, it means that these Zerglings are going to have a very, very tough time. Here come the Banes though, moving forward. Will connect with a lot of these Zealots. And yeah, kind of what I was afraid of would happen here ended up happening. Hero dealt some damage. He traded out his entire army, but he's being out-upgraded. He's being out-teched right now. I mean, he's going into Colossi at this point, which the Colossi is a great unit. The Colossus is a great unit against Lynx. But soon there's going to be Vipers out already. And also, if there's plenty of creep, which there still is, Linkbane can be okay against low numbers of Colossus without any Archons there whatsoever. So I don't really mind this position for Dark anymore. Yes, he probably still isn't at the ideal worker count. And yes, he probably didn't exactly get to this point how he wanted to, but he's alive, he has creep, and right now he has +2. Adrenal Glands is about to start as well the moment that Hive finishes up. I enjoy his position a lot more right now than I did before the fight, and a fort base here at the 10-minute mark, this could have been up 3 minutes already with 75, 78 workers. You go up to 8 gas here, add 3-4 Archons into this type of mix, and I think Dark is just in a world of trouble. He has no counter whatsoever to Archons. He's on pure Linkbane. Hell, he didn't even have centrifugal hooks yet. Like, what are we talking about here? This is insane. Dark was just not in a good spot to deal with anything high gas. And now there's just nothing really, like, this is not a high gas army here. There's nothing really that says I can deal with Ling Bane effectively. I can kill Ling Bane efficiently without losing anything. Not at all. And I think it's hero that needs to be afraid when moving out right now of run-bys, of little counter-attacks. I mean, single battery is definitely not going to be enough to stop what 5-6 Banelings running in. This is a locked-in position as well. Look at this. This is a full one. It's really good if you're in position with your army. If the Banelings roll in, all these probes are just completely trapped here. There's no emergency exit. You can kind of juggle around the Nexus, I guess, with your probes, but it's not ideal often. Let's see what Dark is opting for, though. Is getting a 5th base. Taking his time. We're going up to 8 gases, and I like it. I do like it. I still believe that an 8 gas push with a bunch of Archons with that +2 upgrade could definitely have some potential. But I also believe that this push could have been a lot earlier. It could have hit a lot harder with more Archons, with more of these expensive gas units. Because let's face it, 17 Zealots, 15 Stalkers. Not exactly your ideal composition. Here we go. Ling run by. Banelings popping in as well. Would have loved to see some of these Banes split off towards that 3rd base. It's not quite happening yet. Every worker here is going to end up falling, but so will this base right now. Banelings might just get the straight up connection immediately. Yep, there we go. Disruptors, I'm not sure what they're doing. They're just dying for now. 23 probes have gone down. More Lings and Banes moving in. Natural completely open as well. This seems to be a complete base trade scenario right now. A very interesting first game here. 47 workers have gone down on the side of hero. Only 4 drones have died on Dark side. I would love to see just 1 or 2 Vipers as the last, like, kind of the dying wish of Dark's eco. I think having 1 or 2 Vipers would be absolutely huge. He's not going to get a lot more Links out, and the difference between having 100 Links and 110 Links isn't as big as just having even just 1 Viper, honestly, would be huge. Being capable of grabbing those Archons and pulling them in, or even just putting down a Blinding Cloud would be absolutely fantastic here. Lings are moving back home right now. I think we saw a recall here. That means that this army... Wait, did we see a recall? Yeah, we did. That means that this army could be in a little bit of trouble potentially. There's only 2 Archons here. There's no mining whatsoever for hero. And Dark right now has the ability to pick his battles. He can say, hey, I'm going to attack this side first and then the other side. Good splits here coming out of Dark. Does not really get hit there by the Disruptors at all, but the Archon's putting in some good work. Prison being there definitely helps out. This bad boy, how many kills do we have on that 1 Archon? I kind of want to see. I'm too slow at clicking every single time. What happens when you go on holiday? 23 kills there on that Archon. Couple more Colossi coming in as well. This is really where I believe the Viper would have come in handy, but it seems like Dark does not agree with me whatsoever. He has the gas available. He also has the cash, because, let's face it, building Queens right now is just a pure waste of cash. It's because you want to invest into something. I think the lack of Vipers here might be a mistake. This is an intense game, though, to start with. I really do like this. Lings are going for a Nexus right now, as more drones transferring towards the bottom right side. Full-on base trade scenario. Ultralisk Cavern. Okay. I don't... I was gonna say I don't mind it, but then I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I do actually... It's fine, but... Okay, the reason why it's fine is because it will draw a lot of big fire from these powerful large units onto it. I think that's the reason why it's fine, but at the same time, I don't think there's enough Links, actually. I think... Ooh, this is nice. Oh, this is really nice. Ooh, I love that. If you lose the Colossus, though, I'm gonna be real upset here, Hero. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief. If you lose the Colossus here, I'm going to be so upset with you, because this is free damage you can deal the entire game through. 2 Archons here being caught off guard, or perhaps it's the Lynx being caught off guard. Colossus in the back is going to help out as well. No Lynx, you can't fight this at all. Dark is continuing to try and sneak them out. 3 Ultras are on the way right now. Perhaps the Ultras were the better choice here over those Vipers. Drone's still alive as well. There's 0 workers currently. Look at this. This is it. This is it for Hero. Is the final buildings. You are being revealed as well. Oh, you can actually see that in replays. I was not aware of that. Look at that. Hero being revealed. This is it. This is it. Finally, we have an answer to the Stroke song. Yes, this is it. Oi, 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 oi. What is the plan, though, for Dark? What does he have? Yes, that's it. He literally just has the Ultras. I think with 3 Ultras, though, you can catch this. You can clear this. Can the Ultras actually reach here? Probably can walk through here, no? In the new patch. They can maneuver more easily, I guess. I'm not sure if that's true. Archons definitely would be capable of moving through these things. You could just duck it in between the minerals. How sick would that be? Oh my god. I love that. Right over here. freaking Archons. Uh-oh. This army is being taken out right now by these Ultras. There's 3 Ultras alive, but there's only 1 Ultra. One Ultra across map. Surely it would have been better to keep all these Ultras together in my mind, but it seems like our good friend Dark here disagreed. Oh no, you can't be serious. Tried to go for the kill here. The Immortal came back just in time. This pylon, 63? 63 HP. And there's still opportunities. There's definitely still opportunities. Did he just... Why would he build a pool over here? You can't be serious. The decision making out of Dark here in this game has been extremely subpar, honestly. hero is not aware of this base on the bottom right, which is huge. That is a huge deal. And the one thing I really like out of Dark here is that he's pretending like he cares about this general area. And, dang it, never mind. Hero's going to figure out there is another base coming up right now. There's a bit of cash in the bank, but it's 36 supply against 0 when it comes to the army supply. That is an issue. The funny thing is that Hero is not aware of the fact of how little units there are. Actually, he should be, because otherwise your Stalkers are not going to be able to run free. I think priority here should probably be the pool, although it's a difficult call to make, right? Like you don't really want to make that call to go for the pool. Maybe actually the drones are fine to kill as well. I think anything is fine to kill. Love that Hero always leaves something at home though, because even just 8 links with adrenal glands and +3 upgrades, oh, they're gonna pack one hell of a punch, that's for sure. Oh, here comes the drone surround. Oh, not gonna get it. 12 kills on this Stalkers. Drones continue to chase here. 2 more hatcheries are going up, one in the bottom left, one over here. Drone count still at 53. Here comes the Archon plus Stalker combination. That means that these bad boys are actually somewhat vulnerable. I think something should be cancelled here. I'm just not so sure what. You have 3 links still available. 3 links, not a whole lot. Okay, yeah. Bottom left side base gets cancelled. Pool still alive. Don't we have any larva anywhere else? Sometimes larva, you know, they stay alive for a little bit. It can feel really nice. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What are you gonna do though right now with your links? You have 9 links. It's just not enough. There's no spawning pool. And Hero needs to hurry up right now. He needs to... I think he's keeping too many units at home. Of course, he isn't aware of that. Hero is deadly afraid of like a ling run by hitting this pylon and losing him the game, but... Oh, this is potential again. Need to go to the bottom right. Uh-oh. Oh, he's complaining. He's saying, man, Zerk is really broken. Dark is laughing. I don't actually know what this means. Actually, I have no clue. New spawning pool going up. Like the 4th iteration of the spawning pool. Oh no, he's missing it. You know how scary this is as a Protoss player. You have no way of knowing where everything is. You're just looking for bases. You're hunting for them. And oh, this Stalker's in trouble. This Stalker's in trouble. Here come the links. Every single unit matters at this point. And this is a unit that is going to end up dying 100%. Yep, there we go. Tries to blink for it. Is not quite going to get it. This Archon here, though, chasing a lot of these bad boys. There is the ability to build a couple of links right now. The spawning pool has completed. Oh, I love this hatchery in the main. That is such a slick move here out of Dark. It's going to get a lot of drones down here too. There's an Archon in here. The problem just with Archons is, right, is that in a Prism they can't die. It's simply impossible. Now these 2 bad boys might be in a little bit of trouble. Are they going to be in trouble? Do you want to fight this? Oh? If you want to fight this, you want to fight it with everything. I think here he goes. There we go. Archon and a Stalker is not going to be enough. Links take out both of the units. You need to split off more here. Yeah, he should have done this earlier, of course. It's a difficult call to make. I don't blame Hero at all here. This base is about to pop off. These 2... How many links do you actually need? Come on, build some links, mate. Can I get some links going? Okay, we have another base mining right now. A queen? That's an interesting priority here. I would have thought that links are always going to be a priority. Can the links get in here? Yeah, they can. They can fully surround this. If you kill the Archon, there's not enough DPS to truly hold this anymore. I think you need about 20 links to deal with this. 22? 23? Look at this. He's trying to go. Okay. He's just checking. He just made, you know, he made a mental note. Like, hey, but what do you actually have, buddy? What is it that you have? These units are now stuck as well. This Archon took significant damage already. If they move out in the open, which they probably want to do at some point, they could be in trouble. They could actually be in trouble. This Colossus is really low as well. What is the link count? It's at 15. There's a queen as well that could come from the back. Could start hitting this Colossus or something. And at that point, I think it's over. I think at that point, it would legitimately be over. Look at this. herO's getting afraid. He's asking for a draw. No, it's not. I don't know what this means. I should speak the language. 2 Archons here popping in. Colossus. Dealing with these links. This is nice. This is nice. This is real nice. Uh-oh, here come the Archons. Queen is being pulled. Drones are being pulled as well. And this is most likely going to be the final fight. Link's doing a fantastic job here. As this Prism... Oh my god, Colossus dies. Colossus dies, but the Archon stays alive. How many links do we have? 6 links available. Second Queen comes out as well, though. That means we now have some damage output against that Prism. It's gonna send out absolutely everything right here. It's just pure drones on this side of the map. No, the Archon? No, Archon needs to stay home. Archon needs to stay home. But this is the final mining base. There's no more money available. There is still the ability to produce links, though. We have 4 drones working right now on those mineral patches. That means that per minute, we're gonna get about 10 links out, I guess. Uh-oh, here comes the Stalker. Needs to blink away. Is going to end up blinking away. Immortal pops in. Will get taken out as... No, we'll get lifted here. And now... Ooh, this is... Nah, this is still safe. This is still safe. But with the extra links out... With extra links out, this could change. Yeah, there's 250 mineral income per minute. Third Queen is on the way. 1 transfuse is available. 2 transfuse available. There we go. First one. Second transfuse needs to be used right now. There we go. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. 1, 2. Poof! herO's dead. No. Second Archon's gonna pop over as well. What an insane game here. Oi, 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 oi. Beautiful stuff. Absolutely beautiful stuff here. Out of Dark. He was completely dead in this game. I just wanna... He was... At the 13-minute mark, he looked dead. This is not 13 minutes. This is 13 minutes. There we go. He had no army. He could do nothing. He had pure Ling against 7 Archons or so. I think it really came down to herO being too afraid of losing these pilots. I can't blame the guy. What a sick game this was. Beautiful stuff to start with here in this best of 5, in which Dark takes the first game. If game number 2 is half as good, I'm going to be very happy about it. We're opening up with an assimilator first coming out of our good friend herO. Would you look at that? Beautiful stuff here. No scout into assimilator first. One of the most common openers on Cosmic Sapphire for a couple of reasons. One, it's a pretty good Zerg map, so Protoss players want to have a little bit of an advantage, a little bit of a gamble in the early game. And 2, this is a map where a double structure wall is possible. Gateway and Cybercore can make it full wall. I think this is still a correct wall here. It's sometimes hard to figure out exactly. I think maybe this one needs to be 1 further down. I'm not entirely sure. Usually I'm wrong though on this map. So yeah, it's going to be a Cybernetics Core Scout, which is often considered a no scout in the pro gamer circles. And the reason for that is because if you scout this late, you're most of the time going to end up dying against pool first, whether there's like a 16 pool 6 links or a 12 pool or just anything really that is somewhat aggressive. Most of the time you're just going to end up dying. Oh, it goes into Proxy Stargate. Beautiful move out of Dark, or sorry, out of herO. This is considered one of the highest tier build orders. The no scout gas first into Proxy Stargate. Now, what's actually considered an even higher tier move is if you scout with a probe and then use a second probe to proxy the Stargate. It's absolutely beautiful because then Zergs are a little bit less paranoid. Now, this Stargate is going to go down so ridiculously quick. Look at that Stargate timing. That's what, 214? Oh, 213. Oh, I'm actually getting goosebumps over here. Also because it's extremely cold in my room currently, but also because this is really cool to see. So a usual timing for a Stargate is going to be like 216-ish, 217. Sometimes we even see 218 on a very bad day. On a map like Tropical Sacrifice, you could see 221 and it wouldn't be that bad. That's due to some mining issues on that map. But here, 213, I think. 213, 212. Beautiful timing. It's really close as well. That means that spores aren't going to be ready. And if the Overlords do not end up scouting this could be a huge issue here. Uh-oh. Well, unless the Link scouts it, of course. And this is why we often see a probe scout with it. Because if you don't do a probe scout at all, it's really easy for the Links to just kind of go around and start looking for stuff. They don't need to be at home to chase away a worker. And yeah, this is going to get spotted. Spore goes down in the main base immediately here, out of Dark. Second Queen on the way as well. It's finishing up in, well, 8 seconds from now. It's just going to simply be in time, as it always is. Hatchery on the way. 2 overlords on this side of the map. The adepts move in. Maybe just a single adept actually. This Ling will not end up dying. The oracle pops in towards the natural, it seems to me at least. Oh, there's plenty. I thought all 3 queens went to the main, but one of the queens from the natural actually went down towards this general area. Nice moves as this adept is going to die, and that means that there's no protection anymore for this Stargate. Still see 3 Lings go down, so that's something at least. And ooh, that's a commitment here. That is actually a real commitment. Huh. 22 Lings being built here in the early game for Dark. Just gonna send these across the map. Will not be capable of forcing out a pulsar beam there. Is this a cancel, you can ask? I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if this is going to be a straight up cancel. There is a recall available still at this point. We have a Twilight as our follow-up. Now a couple of Lings go here. Once a yes! Oh my god. Forces the double pulsar beam. Huge move here out of Dark. Huge move. hero feels good about that until he sees all of these Lings popping in right now. Only has pulsar beam availability on actually on 2 of them. It's not the end of the world, but I think that this Nexus might just end up dying. It's going to be pretty darn close. There's a lot of Lings still alive. Pylon definitely is going to fall, and this Adept also wants to die. Yeah, I still believe that this Nexus is in some real trouble right here. There's no Pylon available. We still have 2 pulsar beams with decent amounts of energy. I mean, you're gonna need to activate at least one of them at this point. There we go. Gets activated, and immediately we see Dark pull out. 6 Overlords on the way here. A massive supply block out of our Korean Zerg player. Kind of a bad move. Starts walking the Queens across the map as well. So, just keeping on the pressure here, I guess. Just keeping on that pressure. Here we go. Moves in. Wants to force at least one more pulsar beam out of his opponent here, but these 2 Adept doing a good job making sure that all the energy stays around. Yeah, good control out of hero. Starts a sentry as well. Battery on the way. 20 more Lings. Roadrunner. And this is one of the most disjointed attacks I've seen in my entire life here out of Dark. It feels so random. Random drone amounts, random Ling amounts, Queens marching across the map. It almost feels like hero's being given an opportunity here after a pretty terrible start to get back into the game. This battery is going to finish up. There's just not enough units though. Maybe this is still going to be good enough, despite how disjointed this general attack is. Super battery should be available here. Yep, there we go. Queens start falling. No transfuse availability, of course. Yeah, feels like hero's actually holding this. These 2 oracles had absolutely no issue whatsoever with these Queens. We still have 3 oracles available. No units in the wall right now, but isn't even going to matter. This game is absolutely over at this point, with hero being, well, absolutely over. Okay, let me rephrase that. If hero doesn't make a major error in the next 35 seconds, doesn't get anything killed like a Nexus, I think he's in a fantastic spot. But this Nexus is in a little bit of trouble. There are 2 pulsar beams available. Battery goes ham. Is not going to be enough. This Nexus gets taken out. Hero not careful enough. Could have just left 1 unit in the wall, but instead moved his entire army towards the natural. Charge has finished up, and now we're in a weird situation, I guess. Like, this is not a normal game anymore. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at the assets that both players have. I'm seeing some high-tech units here for hero. I'm seeing triple oracle against only 4 queens. That means there's potential to deal damage later on into this game still. Triple oracle is just such a potent force. On top of that, there's already an immortal out, and we're on 59 workers. Issue right now for hero is that he's going to be oversaturated on 2 bases, and he needs to get out of that. He needs to get out of that ASAP. So he's rebuilding that 3rd. It's gonna take a little while. That means that Dark has the ability to drone back up. He's going into extra gases and an Evo chamber and a heavier roach count. So to me, it feels like Dark is heading into the right direction for what he needs to do. I think he needs to defend with roaches, 66 workers-ish. Although I'm not even sure if he can completely drone up right now to 66. Interesting attack here coming out of hero. Doesn't have anything in the wall. Doesn't seem to bother Dark too much. It's like, okay, I don't want to go in there. I've been trapped before. Not gonna happen again. This claustrophobic zealot doesn't want to be in between 2 buildings. Such a tight fit, guys. Don't do it to me. Oh. And then being surrounded by Lings, he's completely fine with, just charging forward. Guy's a bit of an idiot. Not a good color on you, Mr. Zealot. Being an idiot. Alright. Robobay on the way, second robotics facility as well. I think it's not a terrible call, honestly. Zealot Archon into a disruptor attack here against a very low drone Zerg. I think this is actually quite smart. Yeah, I really enjoy this play. I think this is a good play. I'm a fan. I'm definitely going to be a fan here. This is 6 Zealots plus 3. So it must have been 9. That indeed. Oh no, it was 10. Nice. No, it was 9. It was 9. I was correct. Whew. Should have second guessed. Infestation Pit. This is some classic Dark stuff over here. Dark's just a huge fan of when he's behind, going into quicker infestors than most others, and then going into lurkers. This doesn't seem like infestors to me anymore. This seems to me like it's going to be Swarmhouse Nidus. This has no potential. Legitimately no. None. 0. There's triple oracles out for map control. There's a fort base that's already set up with cannons. Unless the first Nidus goes up into the main base unspotted. I don't really see this happening. And even then, like, you kill a base, nice. You're still equal mining, right? 62 workers against 77. That means that if you take out an entire base filled with workers, it's still going to be somewhat okay. On top of that, you immediately are in danger of dying. It's just a lot of roaches. There's just not that many roaches out. No, actually, not plenty of roaches. It is a lot of roaches. A hero does need to be careful. The only thing that perhaps could lose him the game if he loses his entire army, but it seems so unlikely. There's disruptors here. There's triple oracle. There's 0 creep. Here come the swarm host moving in. This base should fall. No, it won't. It won't. It won't even fall. Okay, yeah. This is simply not good enough here. This is simply not good enough for Dark. I am very surprised by this, that he opts to go for a Swarmhouse Nidus after being in such a weird position. I think he could have gone fine into 8 gas, a 74, 75 worker, like a Roach Ravager, Lurker, something like this. He's shown that he's capable of winning games like that. These very scrappy, weird games. But Swarmhouse... Like, even in a normal game, if you're playing Swarmhost, it feels like you need to do a lot of damage for it to be worth it. And you're giving your opponent such a massive opportunity to counterattack, always, when you're playing Swarmhost, right? The moment a wave isn't available, life is just going to freaking suck here for the Zerg. And even with a wave available, life is still going to suck for Zerg. It is. There's absolutely no anti-air here. Ravager's trying to do their best to deal with these oracles, but Hero isn't an idiot. Like an Archon. It's not good enough. These are fine trades if you're also trading with your Roach Ravager and you have a massive bank and your opponent is on 66 workers. But against 8 gas, taking out an Archon with a massive wave is just simply not good enough, because you know that the toss is going to move out across the map here, and that's indeed what's happening. No wave is available currently. Biles will be capable of stopping this for a little bit longer. Disruptor shot comes in. Biles not quite going to connect with anything too big. There's no base here. Hero's going to be a little bit upset by that. Swarmhouse once again coming out. That means that this fort base perhaps in a little bit of trouble. Ooh, Prism going down. Could actually be a semi-decently sized deal. Oh, that's a lot of Biles here. Might connect with something useful, but so do these disruptors. Actually do get some big connections. Yeah, I don't quite think that this base is going to end up dying though, is it? Is it? Locusts have high DPS. 10 workers go down, but the Nexus for now is going to stay alive. I think with better target fire it probably would have worked, but target fire simply wasn't good enough. There's still 4 disruptors here, 5 disruptors total. 1 more coming in right now. Another Nidus, this time going towards the bottom side. Disruptors could snipe a lot of Dark. Hero would need to really mess up this game in order to lose it, I believe. He'd need to lose all of his high value units here, then get blasted by a wave. It's the only real way he can lose this. He's doing a decent job at that so far though. Single time he just hits a single disruption. Oh my god, that was legit like 99.8% or something insane. That was a crazy one. That legit was crazy. That was a good snipe out of Dark. He just doesn't have the roach numbers. Supplies still look very close, but a lot of that is in production. Now Swarmhosts are going to take out a base, which is nice. Worker count has been taken down a notch. So Disruptor doesn't get sniped before the Purification Nova actually finishes off. Dark is doing, yeah, he's pulling some magic. This is actual magic, but it is not enough. You know, no matter how many bunnies he's getting out of that head right now, Hero doesn't care. He doesn't even like bunnies. Against me, it would have been a very good distraction. Who is it, man? It's very cute. Hero doesn't give a crap. Just keeps hitting him again and again and again with his massive immortal stick. More disruptors coming in as well, and despite his base going down, it just isn't enough. 142 against 146. I mean, we know what Dark is capable of after that last game, but he's just down a base and mining currently. There's also 2 Stargates out, so at any point... Oh no, there's 1 Stargate only. Oh right, the other Stargate got taken out. I forgot about that. Yeah, so there's 1 Stargate out as well, so it's like... Yeah, I don't know. Like, more Oracles could be built technically, and there's really nothing here that could ever deal with air units. Like, you can't build infinite queens from 2 bases. You have another big Swarmos wave. These Swarmos have been okay, but I think they started doing stuff too late. They only started really killing things once Hero stopped defending. As long as Hero was defending, he didn't take any damage, and then he was like, okay, my army is big enough, I can just walk over you, I don't have to think about anything anymore. That's exactly what happened here. Purification Nova is not going to connect with this army. Oracles are not alive anymore with the energy, otherwise these Ravagers would be very dead, but it won't matter. Hero wins this game and ties up the series with a 1-1 score. And over here on data sheet, we have our 3rd map. So we see, what you doing here, Hero? There's no way, yeah. There's no way he gets a Probe Scout in time to block his opponent's natural. And I feel like often Hero only has 2 modes. The first mode is blocking, and the second mode is, yeah, there we go, playing gas first. Makes a lot of sense, especially after the success last game of everything that went down. Honestly, I feel like so far in this series, Hero has been worse, but with better starts. Like, I feel like both games, Dark almost made the impossible happen. In the first game, he did manage to make the impossible happen. And then in the second game, it felt like Hero just was in a great spot, and yet Dark just, yeah, he just couldn't make it happen with the Swarm host, but it was close. It was very close. And often that's what's important, you know? Hero's going to be thinking back of those last 2 games and I'll be like, alright, I need to do stuff in the early game, because if it goes into the mid, if it goes into the late, Dark will just start outplaying me, and that's an issue, but that's not going to be the case here at all. So we have a 12 pool, actually this is. 12 pool against a no scout, or most likely going to be a cybernetics core scout, and now we'll exactly see what I was talking about in that last game. It's why we often call cyber core scout a no scout, because it has no real purpose. Oh, this is... What is this? I don't actually know. It's also not a wall, by the way. You messed up the wall. This is not a wall. Oh no, Hero. Oh no. And here comes the drone, here come the links, and that means that Hero is going to be in a world of trouble right now. The only way he can get out of this is if he gets a full-on surround with all of his probes on these links and kills them instantly. Ooh, that's a very good start, actually. Very poor control out of Dark. Extremely poor control out of Dark. He's gonna end up losing 5 links, does kill 5 probes at the same time, but this Nexus is about to finish up. Oh my god, this was some of the worst micro I've seen out of any Zerg player in my entire life. What was that? And look how many links he's still building. Second chrono could start here on this Adept. It was important that it started 5 to 10 seconds ago or so. I'm not so sure what Hero was waiting for. What the hell are you waiting for? So now this pylon could actually be in a little bit of trouble. It's going to be quite close, but I do believe that the Adept will end up getting out of this gateway. Hero wanted to chase with that Adept, and it's going to pay a small price for it. It will take a bit of damage. At the same time, lots of links are dying, so Hero actually once again... This makes no sense. This is absolutely not supposed to happen. Very poor control here out of Dark. You could say, well, perfectly done by Hero. That's true. But if you're going for a surround with probes and you don't get it, you're extremely far behind, because it's very, very pricey to do. You need to continuously be pulling probes for the next 20 seconds or so. This was a poor shade, by the way. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was brilliant. Hero's a genius. 1 HP remaining. Yeah, this happened due to Dark's incompetence, not due to Hero's brilliance. Like, it's the only thing TOS can do. They need to go for a surround on the links. Zerg knows that. And yet Dark just let it happen. He stood there, he watched it, let it happen. Some true quackery coming out of Dark right here. I'm a huge fan of that. We have 3 queens out, 2 in the natural. Still a weird opener as well out of Hero as a follow-up. We don't see a fast second gas. It's going to be a triple gate here. So we have 2 gates in production. We have a chrono boost on that warp gate as well. Right in vision of the Overlord. And Dark is not hiding that he's seen it, you know? He's like, alright, hero, I know what you're doing. You can't actually get away with this. Now, the gas is kind of late. This was a gasless opener. That means that these 2 adepts should be capable of dealing some damage as long as they stay alive. But both of them are going to get surrounded. Dark getting away with murder here. That is not nice for a hero. So if you don't have a gas, it means that adepts can basically start shading back and forth till the very end of time. Because there's nothing to catch them. Queens aren't fast enough, Lynx of Creep can't do anything either, so you can get like 3-4 adepts out. There isn't speed, adepts are so powerful, but if these adepts die, and hero right now isn't aware of the fact that there is no Lynx speed, he's not gonna go for that type of move with the aggressive, quick push-out. Like, he waits probably until the first warp in right now and then starts going. No, he doesn't. Wow. Is he aware, after all? I guess he saw the gas go down here, which is an odd timing. Maybe that gave away something for him. It's a wild play. If speed had finished, which he isn't aware of, these 3 adepts could be in some serious trouble. Okay, he's going to be shading back. Yeah, very conservative play, very solid play. And now these 6 adepts will start joining up. I'm not even sure if these 6 adepts are going to be capable of achieving something. We have a bunch of roaches on the way already. Dark following this up with a 2-gas defense, also known as the Dark defense. There's 2 different types of defenses against adept builds. One is with double gas, usually goes a crap ton of Lynx into triple Ravagers, tries to go for a surround and then bile on top of the adepts. The other defense against heavy blade builds is called the DRG defense, after the player who made it, Dongrigu. And what he does is he stays on 1 gas, gets I think 5-6 queens out, gets an initial bunch of Lynx, a crap ton of Lynx, and then starts adding in roaches at like at a usual timing at the 5-minute mark. Now, the Dark defense allows for a powerful counterattack if you end up catching the adepts. The DRG defense technically could do the same thing, but because there's less gas, you don't have as many Ravagers, and it's more like a brute force type of thing. You know, if there's a battery ready, then Pureling Roach often isn't that great. Now, we have a lot of Lynx. I actually think there's going to be an aggressive move out here. Or maybe this is just a very defensive Dark, afraid of whatever hero is throwing at him. I mean, it's going to be a significant investment here into those gateways, going up to, I believe this is 7 gateways with a Dark Shrine as well. There is 3 gases. We could see a couple of these DTs being morphed in. I'm loving the Baneling Nest call here. What an interesting... what an interesting response to this. So Dark says, okay, you're most likely not expanding, as I'm not seeing an expand. That means you're investing that money into gateways. You're probably not going to be capable of teching into Archons, not capable of teching into, like, not getting like 7 Immortals. It's going to be like 1.5 Immortal, if anything. So if I get Banelings, the Baneling deals with absolutely everything that you could throw at me, whether that's going to be Adepts or Zealots, Stalkers being a lot less likely as there's already so many Lynx out. This is a good defense as well. You're coming out of Dark, takes out the Prism. This is game. This is absolutely game. Losing 4 DTs for free, Lair gets constructed, 9 drones on the way. Don't forget, there's still no 3rd base out. This is still a 2-base all-in coming out of Hero. Problem for Hero being that, well, he doesn't really have the units right now to deal damage. There's a lot of adepts on the map, but we already have 76 Lynx, and 3 Banelings are just the perfect amount. It means that any aggressive shade carries a significant amount of risk with it. If Dark actually decides to attack into this, that would also be a wild play. I wouldn't even mind it. Don't forget, this is a fake 3rd base. There's no probes being constructed. This is the real deal. This all-in is the real deal. Here come the glaive. Adepts are going to finish up. Surround comes in. Banelings are going to start connecting as the Biles hit this Prism. And Prism will go down. Banelings connect with every single unit. And Dark absolutely slaughtering the forces of his opponent. GG gets called. And Dark puts himself on match point in this best of 5. And after that banger of a game number 3, we're here on Tropical Sacrifice with another 12 pool, as it seems, coming straight out of Dark. This time, though, Hero switching it up. He's had enough of it. A funky wall, though, huh? Look at that. Fast pylon in the wall allows him to move across the map rapidly. So the reason why Hero builds pylons in the wall like this is because he wants to send the 14 probe, or I think it's the 13 probe, to build a pylon, so a standard 14 pylon. Rather than building it here, he builds it here. It takes like 1.5 seconds maybe in traveling time, and always allows him to get that block off. So right now it's like, hey, this is an interesting block. Got that block down. Is he gonna scout for the third base? He is gonna scout for the third base. Okay. He is afraid. He is scared of what Dark can do. He's gonna move over towards the other third base, sees the complete lack of anything there, and yeah, all the alarms should be going off right now for our Protoss player for the second game in a row. We're gonna see what his response will be. Hopefully a little bit better than... What is this? Excuse me, I was looking for a proxy hatch, but this is a 12 pool, my friend. Uh-oh, this is not just a regular 12 pool. This is a 12 pool with a proxy hatch. We see a forge go down here immediately. This pylon is so awkwardly positioned. We're gonna need a second pylon, though, at some point, no? Surely a second pylon is a necessity here. I really believe so. Okay, here it comes. It's a wonky wall that he's constructed. It is a wonky wall that he's constructed. No way you can get a second Zealot out because of that supply block. Cannon will need to be constructed in the far back. Hatchery can be cancelled. Is not going to be cancelled, though. Should it be? That's an interesting question. It's the Link conundrum. Uh-oh, here comes a Pro Pool. Good control out of Dark. Keeps a lot of his links alive. I like how he's playing this. I'm wondering what his actual plan is going to be. This is without gas. This is pure links being rallied across the map. This hatchery is going to finish up. If this cannon dies, that would be a huge deal. Links from the main base come back as well. Cannon is going to end up falling. Hatchery about to finish up. Adept will not be here in time. That means that this Zealot will die. And with that Zealot dying, a lot of the DPS in this army is gone. There's still a lot of links alive. And now this hatchery finishes up. We have a queen on the way. We have probes dying. I actually believe that this is a favorable situation right here for Dark. I think these structures are probably blocking the Nexus at this point. There's going to be creep. There's more links on the way. There will be consistent tanking as well as damage output with this queen. We have a drone on the way for a spine, and at the same time there's already a natural up for Dark. Dark is just absolutely destroying this game. Gets us around on one of these adepts as well. That means that one adept will go down. Second adept perhaps in a little bit of trouble. Two is going to get hit pretty hard at that. Oi, 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 oi. Hero with the GG. Dark takes the series 3-1. Proxy hatch. 12 pool link flood. Fantastic build. One that we don't see very often. And one that managed to give Dark the victory here in this series. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you and bye bye.